Okay.
Beautiful people, what's happening? I know it's like magic trick. You just seen me, and now I'm back again. That's just technology at its best. These are the things we can do. Welcome. It's Wednesday. What's today? The 8th of 2020. I'm here. Welcome to Undivided Page, our bi-weekly infocast. I'm joined, of course, by Mr. Danley, Mr. Finley. They're gonna pop on in a minute if you can't see us, but this is how we're doing it now. I want to say this. One day we're going to be back together in the same building. So this seems odd to me. We was practicing social distance, everything was cool, but this is working out right now. But you're going to see us back together. Don't think we split up and yada 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 moved on. All right. Some things have happened since the last time we spoke. Some positive things, some negative things, but things have happened. And like my man Troy constantly says, government and the city and the workings and school and everything still is going on. You just got to know what's happening. All right. So not going to take too long. There's not too much change in the particular schools. I will say this again, and I'm just going to keep doing it because it's important. Fairfield Unified School District and Vacaville Unified School District, I applaud you for constantly staying in touch with myself to make sure that whatever it is that you guys are involved with, whatever projects, plans, information packets, resources available, you guys consistently reach out for me and share that information so I can make sure that it gets out to the people that are our little circuit sphere of influence. So with that, I'll start with the easy. Vallejo principal or superintendent still hasn't reached out for me. I've sent that person, actually I sent two different people in that department an email. Haven't received anything. Travis Unified, I haven't received anything from that district. But I do know this for Travis that I'm proud of. The young man, Isaiah Carter, who was the student representative on the school board, was subject to removal after his junior year. They didn't really even give him a reason. But through his effort, his diligence, and his supporters, he's back on the board to serve out his term in his senior year. So big shouts to that young man. He's going to be the first one to go 2 years in a row, and he was the first junior to serve on in that capacity for Travis Unified. Again, not too much has changed. I know Fairfield. I think this is important. They're making a conscious effort. Fairfield Unified is making a conscious effort to reach out to HBCU alumni, graduates, and recruiting them to become teachers within Fairfield Unified. Hey, you got to start somewhere. I think that's outstanding. Kudos to Fairfield for even acknowledging that we need some representation in our schools with educators that look like the children that they're teaching. So shout out to them. If you know somebody, HBCU, teacher credentials, shoot them over to Fairfield High or Fairfield Unified. We need them. Vacaville still doing the task force, the equity task force. Get involved. You can go to the website if you need that information. As far as electoral positions for the board, Fairfield, I think, still has 2 coming up. Vacaville has 4. Travis Unified has 2. I have no clue on what's going on with Vallejo. I'm still trying to find out there. As far as Vallejo is concerned, Elite Charter School, they're trying to make some headway, folks. Check them out tomorrow for their TK through 10. They're having a special registration between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. They're going to be practicing social distance in class, and they're also going to be practicing social distance tomorrow during registration. They will provide you masks and sanitizers when you show up to Elite Charter School. Again, I will say, look into the LCAP. Talk to your local officials at your school district, administrators, look into the LCAP. 2 quick shots out real quick. For BRUH, our organization, we just enrolled our first ambassador, Mr. Darion Bolden. This young man, I got big plans for him. Kudos to his mom for signing him up. Membership is done. He's ready to rock and roll. We're going to get him on the path to getting into greatness, to being the young king that he is. Last but not least, before I turn it over to the next speaker, shout out to those young folks. Fairfield Change, young folks having a voice, being powerful, being involved and being engaged. Till next time, people, be well.
Shannon, you gonna go, or you want me to?
I can go. Good evening.
Thank you, Smitty.
Thank you, brother Smitty. Thanks. Good evening. Back here once again. Not much to do. I just kind of want to give you some, I guess let's call it some peaceful thoughts. Give you something to think on over the next few weeks here. I was just asked, what does American identity mean to me? What does patriotism mean to me? I also just watched a documentary on how a person could love this country after this country betrayed them. I want you to take them and think about them and really think deep when it comes to our people of color. I'm not one that can say that I love this country. I'm not one for patriotism. I serve this country. This country has done nothing but take from our people constantly. And now I think it's time that we take a stand finally, once and for all. We have elections coming up. We need to be that voice. We need to be out there in the community. To all the parents out there, we need the example for our children. And it all starts with history. So I'll leave that with you guys to think about. Have a good day.
Wow, I didn't expect that from you. That was
Powerful.
uplifting. I gotta be so over I don't even know where to start. First of all, hey, thank you all for listening. It's undivided. It's a movement. Please like us on Facebook. We're going to be reaching out more to everybody. Congratulations to my man Smitty and bruh. Excellent job getting your first ambassador. My brother Shannon, who I commend for, y'all just don't know what this man does on a daily basis is phenomenal. As far as being a husband, being a father, being active in the community, being a full-time summer student. Full-time summer student. Y'all get your lives together if you don't know nothing about that. So with that in mind, get all that out the way. Over last night was like, I guess, just whatever, with city council meetings. Vacaville didn't have theirs, but they had their school board meeting. Somebody dropped the N-word and everybody just let that go, but we're gonna get back to that. Suisun, I don't know what happened to Suisun, but if Mayor Wilson had to sit back and calm herself down with a glass of liquid grapes, it was hot. And then Fairfield, I actually got the pleasure of pulling up the chair, dimming the lights and getting some popcorn and watching that. And if y'all get a chance, go back, watch it. Not just for what the people of the community were saying, but the reactions from the city council is what's important. And while Smitty was talking, I looked up something. What are the 7 habits of a highly effective city council, city councilors or aldermen? So it goes across the country. Now, the number one thing, you are anchored in the community. What does that mean? You got to know where you at. It's a wonderful thing that they're finally breaking up into districts. But what is that actually going to? 2, focus on moving the city forward rather than a specific agenda. Let's see, when did they have time to move forward? Let's go back a year when there was blatant racism out at Vanden. And they were approached to say, you know what, y'all can take a stand right now and move this city forward by making these young men an example of what not to do in our community. Our community. They didn't. What does that do? That pushed us back another 5-10 years. So let's look at these things. 2, I mean, well, we can go on. I'll go on to 3. And no, you know what? No. Maintain good communication with the residents and local press. When the last time y'all talked to your city council member? In any city, I'm just in Solano, I'm just not gonna pick on a particular city. Other than Hakeem and Vallejo, I don't see that engagement. Because to me, if you don't talk to your community, how do you know what your community needs? Other than just getting them to the point of being frustrated at a city council meeting, and you refer to them as protesters. I mean, I could be, brothers. No, am I a little? Okay. Right on. So I don't understand where we're going. I'm gonna leave everybody with this one, with two things. One, for our Solano County government. Y'all scared because there's change coming. Y'all nervous about y'all seats. This is an election year. Some of y'all who kind of just skated on with your name recognition, skated on with habit, y'all got districts now. Think about it. You have to actually start listening. You actually have to start doing things other than that old school way of doing. Why? Because thank God we got a new set of voters coming in. We got some young people who are willing to take a chance. We got to think about that. You got to start doing your job. You got to start talking to your people. You got to put away your personal stuff. You have to do what's right and what's fair. If you have one of your members calling out, using racial slurs, using the power of the word to influence and antagonize violence and hatred, you have to stand up against that because you represent your community, not your city council member, not your fellow council members sitting up there on that podium. You represent those people who are standing up talking to you, asking what's going on. That's who you represent. Get out in your community. Now, to my people, November is coming up quick. We're going to keep yelling. As my man said, I'm still a problem. We're going to have to stay aware. We're going to have to stay woke. We're going to have to keep these people on the edge of their seats, not knowing what's happening, not knowing if they may be voted out. Be scared about who may be coming in. This is gonna be a great for me. I love this stuff. This is very exciting. But we have to stay involved, people. We got to keep this energy going, keep this moving. It's very important. But with that, I'm gonna leave y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, and thank my brothers. My man Shannon.
I had to go back